What if the glass of water you drank this morning wasn't protecting your kidneys at all, but slowly pushing them toward failure? Most people believe staying hydrated is enough, yet every day in the United States, more than 37 million adults are walking around with chronic kidney disease, many without even knowing it until it's too late. Imagine feeling perfectly healthy, planning your future, raising your family, and then being told in one routine checkup that your kidneys are functioning at less than 10%. That is not science fiction, that is reality for patients who thought they were doing everything right. And here's the terrifying truth: once your kidneys collapse, dialysis becomes your new life, tethering you to a machine 3 times a week just to stay alive. Dr. Johnny, a leading kidney specialist, warns that relying on plain water alone is like feeding your body empty calories. It quenches thirst but doesn't deliver the vital compounds your kidneys desperately need to fight inflammation, repair cellular damage, and keep filtering toxins out of your bloodstream. Without those compounds, your kidneys quietly break down year after year until the first symptom you notice is a crisis that lands you in the emergency room. But here's the hope that changes everything. Science now shows that 8 simple drinks, ordinary beverages, you can find in any grocery store contain specific natural compounds capable of protecting and even rejuvenating kidney function. They're not exotic pills, not expensive treatments, and not experimental drugs. They are everyday drinks that, when used correctly, can shift your kidney health from decline to repair. And in the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly what they are, how they work, and how real people have already used them to defy the odds and reclaim their lives. Apple juice. It sounds almost too ordinary, right? But behind this simple drink hides a powerful secret that can decide whether your kidneys thrive or decline. Meet Mark, a construction worker who lived on energy drinks to keep up with 12-hour shifts. He thought he was just fighting fatigue until one night he collapsed in agony, describing the stabbing pain of kidney stones as worse than anything he'd ever experienced. The scans didn't lie. His kidneys were littered with stones, like tiny landmines ready to explode at any moment. His doctor delivered a chilling warning: keep this up, and within 5 years, kidney failure was guaranteed. Desperate, Mark agreed to a nutritionist's unusual advice: replace just 1 energy drink a day with fresh apple juice. At first, he laughed it off. How could something so simple compete with prescription drugs and hospital treatments? Yet 6 months later, his follow-up scan revealed something extraordinary. No new stones improved kidney markers, and for the first time in years, his health was trending upward. This isn't magic, it's biochemistry. Apple juice contains vitamin C phytochemicals and especially pectin fiber. Together, they neutralize free radicals, the microscopic vandals that scar kidney tissue, and give your body the raw materials to repair damage. Pectin also improves digestion, so toxins leave your body through the gut instead of piling more pressure on your kidneys. And here's the kicker: studies show that drinking 2 to 4 cups of fresh apple juice daily for just 5 days can shift urine chemistry so dramatically that calcium oxalate stones, the most common type in America, become far less likely to form. That's not folk wisdom. That's published science. But here's the danger most people never realize: bottled apple juice at the store is often loaded with sugar, preservatives, and artificial flavorings. For someone with diabetes or prediabetes, that's like pouring gasoline on a fire, spiking blood sugar, and silently destroying kidney filters. The solution is simple, but requires commitment. Make your own juice from organic apples whenever possible. Drink it fresh in the morning on an empty stomach. And if you want to supercharge the effect, add a teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar and build up slowly to 1 or 2 tablespoons. Its acetic acid has been shown to dissolve tiny kidney stones before they ever become a problem. And while apple juice may sound like the perfect solution, here's the twist: just knowing this one drink isn't enough, because there's another hidden factor far more dangerous that's silently attacking your kidneys right now. Cranberry juice. At first glance, it's the holiday drink you pour at family gatherings. But for millions of people, especially women, it can be the line between healthy kidneys and irreversible scarring. Lisa, a 33-year-old marathon runner, thought she was in peak condition. Yet behind her glowing health was a hidden battle: recurring urinary tract infections. The first one she brushed off with over-the-counter remedies. The second sent her to urgent care. By the fourth, she was in the ER, doubled over in pain, only to hear the words no young woman expects: your kidneys are already down to 55% function. Every infection left tiny scars on her kidneys that would never heal. That's where cranberry juice made the difference. It's not folklore, it's chemistry. Cranberries contain salicylic acid, quinic acid, and most importantly, proanthocyanidins. These compounds act like microscopic security guards preventing bacteria from clinging to the walls of your urinary tract. If they can't stick, they can't spread, and they can't destroy kidney tissue. On top of that, cranberries naturally help lower blood pressure, the #1 cause of kidney failure in the United States. One daily glass in the morning and another at night provides round-the-clock protection, shielding the kidneys from the infections and pressure that slowly drag them toward dialysis. But here's the trap that catches most people. Cranberry cocktails you see in stores are basically sugar water with red coloring. They don't heal, they harm. To actually protect your kidneys, you need 100% pure, unsweetened cranberry juice. And yes, there's a warning: cranberries can interact dangerously with blood thinners like warfarin, so anyone on those medications must check with their doctor first. The payoff is worth it, though. Studies show that just 120 to 240 milliliters daily can slash the risk of repeat infections, giving your kidneys the breathing room they need to recover. Now, if apple juice was about neutralizing free radicals and cranberry juice is about blocking bacteria, you might think you've covered your bases. But not yet, because the next drink doesn't just protect, it actively lowers the pressure that grinds your kidneys into failure. And once you hear how it works, you'll understand why doctors call it nature's blood pressure medicine. Beet juice. Just the name makes some people wrinkle their noses, the earthy taste, the deep red color. But inside those humble roots is one of nature's most powerful weapons against the silent killer of kidney health: high blood pressure. Meet David, a 52-year-old accountant who thought the stress of tax season explained his constant headaches. Then came the shock. At his yearly checkup, the monitor flashed 165/98. His doctor didn't mince words. "At this rate, your kidneys won't survive the next decade." David refused to accept a future chained to prescription bottles. That's when he discovered the science of beets. Rich in inorganic nitrates, beet juice converts inside the body into nitric oxide, a molecule that literally relaxes and widens blood vessels. The result: lower blood pressure, reduced strain on the delicate filters inside the kidneys, and a chance to halt the ticking clock toward failure. Clinical research backs this up. In one study with 60 kidney patients, those drinking beet juice daily experienced significant reductions in blood pressure and measurable improvements in vascular function. David started with just 150 milliliters every morning, 30 minutes before breakfast. The flavor took time to get used to, so he blended it with apple or lemon. 6 months later, his blood pressure had dropped to 138/82. His kidney function, instead of sliding downhill, held steady, a victory his doctor didn't expect. But beet juice isn't without caution. It's high in oxalates, which in sensitive people can increase the risk of kidney stones. The trick is balance, pairing it with lemon juice or even dairy products like feta cheese to neutralize some of the oxalates while keeping the nitrate power intact. And don't panic if your urine turns red afterward. That's harmless, bacteria, not blood. Think about it: apple juice fights free radicals, cranberry juice blocks infection, and beet juice lowers the pressure that grinds your kidneys down day by day. But lowering pressure is only part of the story, because the next drink doesn't just protect you from future damage, it actually dissolves the very stones that could send you screaming to the ER at 3 a.m. Lemon juice. Simple, sour, something most of us ignore at the bottom of a restaurant water glass. But for kidney stone sufferers, it can be the difference between agony on the bathroom floor and years of peace. Jennifer knows this too well. At 3 a.m., she collapsed, the stabbing pain of a 7-millimeter stone ripping through her side. Emergency surgery saved her. But the scans told a darker truth. Both kidneys were filled with smaller stones, each one waiting for its moment to strike. Her urologist gave her the grim verdict: "You're a stone former. Without changes, this will keep happening, and every attack leaves scars your kidneys can never repair." Then came a prescription that seemed almost insulting in its simplicity: drink lemon water every morning. Jennifer rolled her eyes, but she followed through. What happened next shocked even her. Lemon juice is packed with citric acid and hydroxycitrate, natural compounds that act like molecular janitors. They bind to calcium oxalate crystals, breaking them apart before they can grow into stones, while also preventing new ones from ever forming. In a 2-year study of 203 patients with recurrent stones, those who drank lemon juice twice a day had far fewer recurrences, and the stones they did form were smaller and easier to pass. Jennifer's daily ritual was simple: half a fresh lemon squeezed into 8 ounces of warm water, consumed on an empty stomach before breakfast. Within 4 years, her scans showed no new stones, and the existing ones had shrunk. She remained pain-free. For dialysis patients, lemon juice provides a surprising bonus. It stimulates digestion, gently easing the constipation that medications often cause without the dangerous electrolyte imbalances from harsh laxatives. The key is consistency, not quantity. Small amounts daily work better than sporadic big doses. Think of it this way: apple juice scrubs away free radicals, cranberry juice guards against infection, beet juice eases blood pressure, and lemon juice cleans out the very stones that sabotage kidney function from the inside. But citrus has another champion that works even harder, and the next drink might just surprise you, because lime juice isn't just lemon's cousin, it's a kidney-saving powerhouse with results few people expect. Lime juice. Most people think of it as nothing more than a garnish for tacos or a splash in a summer drink. But for Carlos, it became the lifeline that pulled him back from the edge of kidney failure. At just 28, he was terrified when he noticed blood in his urine. Tests revealed multiple stones grinding through both kidneys, scraping the delicate tissue like sandpaper against silk. Over 18 months, he endured 6 stone episodes, each one leaving scars and dropping his kidney function from normal down to 72%. His doctor warned, "At this rate, you'll be on dialysis before 45. That's when Carlos turned to lime juice. And what happened was remarkable. Limes are loaded with citrate, the same powerful compound found in lemons, but at even higher concentrations. Citrate works like a chemical shield. It binds with calcium before stones can form, and it helps dissolve crystals already lurking in the kidneys. The gold standard Cochrane review, considered one of the most rigorous analyses in medicine, confirmed that citrate therapy significantly reduces both the size and frequency of kidney stones. Carlos began squeezing 1 medium lime each day, mixing the juice into fresh limeade, or simply splashing it over meals. To cut the sour bite, he paired it with coconut water, a combination that not only boosted hydration, but added electrolytes his body needed. 2 years later, the results were undeniable. 0 new stones, stable kidney function at 78%, and the constant pain that once ruled his life had vanished. For those on dialysis with strict fluid restrictions, concentrated lime drops in water still delivers citrate's protective effect without overwhelming the body with volume. The message is simple: lime juice is more than flavor. It's protection in a glass. Now let's step back for a moment. Apple juice fought free radicals, cranberry juice blocked infections, beet juice reduced pressure, lemon juice dissolved stones, and lime juice raised citrate shields even higher. But the story doesn't stop with citrus, because the next drink isn't about acidity at all. It's about lowering blood pressure so aggressively that even doctors were shocked at the results. And this time the secret comes from a crisp green stalk hiding in your refrigerator right now: celery juice. For most people, it's just a crunchy snack dipped in peanut butter or buried in a salad. But for Maria, it became the drink that pulled her back from the cliff of kidney destruction. At 47, she sat in her doctor's office as the blood pressure cuff deflated and the numbers made his face turn grave: 185 over 105. That level of hypertension doesn't just hurt your heart, it shreds the microscopic filters inside your kidneys every single day. Her physician looked her in the eye and said, "If we don't get this under control, your kidneys are in immediate danger." Maria wasn't ready to spend her life dependent on heavy medications. So she tried something different: celery juice first thing every morning on an empty stomach. At first, she gagged at the intensely green, mineral-rich flavor. But as the days turned into weeks, she began to notice the shift. Her blood pressure dropped first to 152 over 88, then 6 months later to 142 over 85 numbers her doctor admitted he didn't expect without prescription drugs. Even better, her kidney function stopped declining, proof that she had halted the damage in its tracks. The secret lies in apigenin, a flavonoid found abundantly in celery. Cutting-edge research shows apigenin shields kidney cells from oxidative stress, calms inflammation, and slows the processes that lead to chronic kidney disease. Celery also naturally lowers cholesterol and improves circulation, reducing the very pressures that squeeze the life out of your kidneys. A simple 250 milliliters of fresh juice daily was enough to tip the scales for Maria. For those who find the taste too intense, blending celery with cucumber apple or a squeeze of lemon balances the flavor while keeping the benefits intact. But there's one caveat: celery is rich in vitamin K, which can interfere with blood thinners like warfarin. If you're on those medications, talk to your doctor first. Otherwise, celery juice remains one of the simplest, cheapest, and most powerful kidney-protecting drinks you can make at home. Now think of the journey so far: antioxidants from apples, antibacterial power from cranberries, nitric oxide from beets, citrates from lemon and lime, and apigenin from celery. Each one attacks kidney damage from a different angle. But hydration itself is still missing from the story, and the next drink is proof that water alone isn't enough. Because when it comes to truly refreshing your kidneys, nothing works quite like this one humble vegetable turned into liquid medicine: cucumber juice. At first it sounds too plain, too boring to make a difference. But for Tom, a 54-year-old Fortune 500 executive, it was the missing link that saved his kidneys from a downward spiral. His days were fueled by coffee in the morning, energy drinks in the afternoon, and a glass of wine at night. Water practically non-existent. His assistant joked he was allergic to hydration. But when his annual blood work came back, the numbers were no laughing matter. His creatinine had climbed steadily for 3 years, a red flag that his kidneys were under constant attack. His doctor warned him, "Keep this up, and in 5 years you'll have significant kidney disease." That was Tom's wake-up call. He needed hydration, but not just any hydration. He needed something refreshing enough to replace his caffeine habit, yet powerful enough to repair the damage. Enter cucumber juice. Cucumbers are 6% water, but here's the secret: they don't just hydrate, they deliver antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that soothe inflamed kidney tissue and flush out toxins more efficiently than plain water alone. Tom started blending 2 or 3 organic cucumbers every Sunday, storing the juice in glass bottles and adding ginger, mint, or lemon for flavor. Within weeks, he noticed the difference: no more afternoon crashes, no more pounding headaches, and for the first time in years, he woke up refreshed instead of hitting snooze 5 times. 3 months later, his creatinine dropped back into the normal range. His doctor was stunned. But Tom wasn't. He felt the difference every single day. For those on dialysis with strict fluid limits, cucumber juice still works wonders in concentrated ice cube form, offering hydration without overwhelming the kidneys. Now let's pause for a moment. We've covered antioxidants, antibacterial shields, nitric oxide boosters, stone dissolvers, flavonoids, and now hydration superheroes. But we've saved the most dramatic for last. Because the final drink doesn't just protect, it fights systemic inflammation, the very fire that accelerates kidney failure and shortens lives. And the ingredient behind it is so powerful it's used industrially to break down protein. Yet in the right dose, it could transform your future. Pineapple juice. Sweet, tropical, refreshing, and shockingly powerful for anyone battling inflammation, the hidden enemy that speeds up kidney failure. Rachel, the same young woman we met at the beginning, learned this the hard way. At just 34, she was already tethered to dialysis 3 times a week. Her body ached, her joints screamed, and her energy evaporated before noon. The treatments kept her alive, but they couldn't stop the relentless fire of inflammation that was destroying what little kidney function she had left. Her nephrologist told her bluntly, "If we don't control this, your quality of life will spiral even further." That's when her dietitian introduced her to pineapple juice, not as a snack, but as a therapy. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme so potent that the food industry uses it to tenderize meat. In the human body, bromelain works on a different battlefield. It blocks pro-inflammatory cytokines, the chemical messengers that fuel pain, swelling, and cellular destruction. For dialysis patients like Rachel, this was game-changing. After just 6 weeks of drinking 4 to 6 ounces of fresh pineapple juice daily, sometimes blended with cucumber water or spiced with turmeric, Rachel's lab results told a story no drug had achieved. Her inflammatory markers, once dangerously high, finally started to fall. The pain in her joints eased, her energy returned, and for the first time since starting dialysis, she felt hope. Science confirms her story. Bromelain has been shown in clinical studies to reduce systemic inflammation without the harsh side effects of common anti-inflammatory drugs, which can further damage kidney tissue. And unlike many fruits, pineapple is relatively low in potassium, making it far safer for kidney patients who need to carefully manage electrolytes. The key is fresh juice consumed immediately because the enzymes degrade quickly once exposed to air. So let's connect the dots. Apple juice cleans up free radicals. Cranberry juice stops infections. Beet juice lowers blood pressure. Lemon and lime dissolve stones. Celery juice shields kidney cells. Cucumber juice hydrates deeply. And pineapple juice fights inflammation at its root. Each drink targets a different pathway, but together they form a complete shield for your kidneys. And here's where it all comes together, because what happens when you combine these strategies isn't just protection, it's the possibility of reversal. And that's exactly what we'll uncover as we step into the conclusion of this journey. Your kidneys have worked tirelessly for you since the day you were born, filtering toxins, balancing fluids, and keeping your body in harmony. Don't wait until warning signs become emergencies. Start supporting them today with small, consistent choices. If this video gave you value, make sure to save it so you can return to these kidney protecting tips anytime, and subscribe to our channel for the latest medical insights and natural strategies to keep your kidneys strong. Remember, every sip, every habit, every step you take now is an investment in your freedom tomorrow. You are not powerless. Your health is still in your hands, and your kidneys can thank you for the care you begin giving them today.